The Greeks had the maxim, know thyself. How did we come to know ourselves in terms of our personalities and, more importantly, potential? Well, one of the first ways to come to know yourself is to understand that you don't. You can learn to kind of watch yourself like you are watching a stranger. But you have to adopt a position of radical humility. I would say humility in two senses. One sense would be the humility of recognizing your ignorance. You have to understand that you don't know who you are. And that's not easy to understand because you think you know. But then you remember you can't control yourself very well. You are not very disciplined. You are full of flaws. Maybe you don't know yourself as well as you think, but it's hard to get low enough to understand how deeply it is the case that you are ignorant about who you are. Now, there's an upside to that too, which is that you are also ignorant about who you could be. And so the discovery of that, is some reward for the horror of determining who you actually are. Then I would say, well, then you watch yourself. You watch yourself like you are watching a stranger. You watch what you say and you listen. You think, well, what sort of person would say that? How am I reacting emotionally when I'm communicating in that manner? Is that making me feel stronger, weaker? Is it filling me with shame? Is it helping my confidence? Am I laying out a lie? Am I deceiving myself and other people? Am I adopting this personality at parties that is designed to impress and to amuse? And it comes across as nothing but self-centered narcissism? What are my dark fantasies? What are my aggressive fantasies? What is it that I'm willing to do? What am I interested in so that I will spontaneously pursue it? What do I procrastinate about and why? What am I unwilling to do? What do I think is good? What do I congratulate myself for accomplishing? And what do I berate myself for failing to confront and to implement? Those are all incredibly complicated questions, and you don't know the answers to them. So that's a start. And then in terms of potential, well, you will discover a little bit more about your potential as you discover who you are, especially the darker parts of yourself, because then you discover your potential for mayhem. There's some real utility in that. It's actually something that strengthens you, because the first thing that a realization like that can in fact produce is the ambition to incorporate that dangerousness into a higher order personality, and that can make you implacable. It can make you someone who can say no when you need to say no. That can make you someone who won't avoid necessary conflict, and so that's unbelievably useful. So that's one of the potentials that you might discover. The other thing you do to discover your potential is, well, you challenge yourself. It's like rule 4 in my book, Living with Purpose, is compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. And that's kind of a good way to start this. It's like, well, take a bit of a look at yourself and think about what's not so good that you could improve. That you should improve by your own standards, and that you would improve, and set yourself a little goal. Maybe you are not studying at all, ideal at university, or maybe you are at work and you have got this stack of paper there, and you have not looked at that damn stack for like a month. And you know that you should be, and you are bothering yourself at night because you are avoiding that. Think, I have avoided that stack of paper completely for 1 month. I'm quite a coward when it comes to whatever snakes might be hidden in that stack of paper. How about tomorrow I just put that stack of paper in front of me on my desk and I glance through it for 15 seconds. See if I can do that. It's like, well, you set yourself a goal of improvement. It's a humble goal. Because really, are you such a coward that the best that you can bloody well manage after a month of avoidance is 15 seconds of exposure to a stack of paper? It could easily be you have been avoiding it. You are obviously afraid of it. And so the situation could be that dismal and dire. And you might think, geez, it's no balm to my ego. It's not fostering the strength of my ego to recognize myself as someone who could only withstand 15 seconds of exposure to that thing I'm afraid of. And so that's a form of humility too. It's like there are things you could do to improve, and you know what they are, and there are small steps that you could take, that you might take, that would put you in that direction. And then the question is, are you big enough to take those small steps? Are you capable of grappling with the fact that you are fundamentally flawed to the point where you have to break things down in almost childlike steps in order to manage them? And the answer to that is, yeah, you are. And that's the law of, I don't know if it's a law of everyone. Most people have things they avoid, and they're afraid of. So I would say to some degree, it's the law of everyone. People vary in the degree to which they have conquered them. And you do meet people from time to time who are extraordinarily disciplined, but most of the time they have gotten disciplined in exactly this manner. It's through slow, incremental improvement. And then you challenge yourself. It's like, well, could I do this? That would be better. Then you find out. And then you think, well, is there something slightly larger and more challenging that I could do? That would be better. And you try it. And you find out. And as you try it and you find out, generally you get better at it. And you can take on larger and larger challenges. You take responsibility for yourself. That's part of standing up straight with your shoulders back. It's like, take on the world, man. But only at the level that you can manage, when you are ignorant and biased and deeply flawed and immature. It's where everyone starts. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew, but it doesn't mean that you can't wrestle with a part of reality. Some part that's small enough so that you have a good shot at victory. And to put yourself together, the first step towards that is to allow yourself to be a fool. Right? It's because you don't know what you are doing. You have to admit that, and there's going to be a loss of ego or destruction of ego, arrogant ego that necessarily accompanies that. But you need the loss of that arrogant ego because it's precisely what's interfering with your movement forward. It's part of the adversarial process, mythologically speaking, that stops moral progress. You are too proud of who you think you are to notice what you are like so that you could change properly. You don't want to sacrifice that part of yourself. It's probably associated with some delusion that helps you maintain a positive, although very fragile, self-image, in the absence of genuine effort. It's not to be recommended. You know yourself by watching and paying attention. It's watching like you are a snake. A snake watches like cold-bloodedly with no emotional reaction. Just to see what's there. Doesn't allow, symbolically speaking, doesn't allow what is wanted or desired to interfere with what is observed. So you watch yourself like that as if you don't know who you are. Well, that's the beginning. And then you challenge yourself continually to see how far past yesterday you can push today and tomorrow. And to continually experiment with expanding that domains, not only of your competence, but of your ability to increase that competence. And the upper limit to that is proportional to the moral effort that you put into it. The more that's guided by the highest of all possible visions, right? The alliance with the highest of all possible conceivable good. And the more it's accompanied by truth in speech and action, the more you will develop your potential. And you also, I suppose, have to be willing to undertake that as an adventure, because it's a hell of a thing to bear that kind of responsibility. It takes a person out of the ordinary, it takes them out of themselves. And there's an alienation and an isolation that goes along with that, and a great sorrow, all of that together. But there's deep meaning to be had in it, and there is not anything better that you can do so. You are the architect of your own destiny, the master of your fate, the captain of your ship. But how can you steer that ship if you don't know where you are going? How can you build that destiny if you don't understand the materials you are working with? The truth is, you can't. That's why knowing yourself is the most crucial step in your journey to success and fulfillment. Every day you make countless decisions. What to wear, what to eat, how to spend your time, who to spend it with. But are you making those decisions based on a deep understanding of who you are? Or are you simply going through the motions, following the crowd, living someone else's life. I'm here to tell you that it's time to stop. It's time to pause, to look inward, to truly understand the incredible person you are. Because when you know yourself better than anyone else, you unlock a power that can change everything. Let's start with a simple question. Who are you? Not your name, not your job title, not your role in your family. Who are you at your core? What drives you? What scares you? What makes your heart sing and your soul come alive? These aren't easy questions to answer, but they're the most important ones you will ever ask yourself. You see, most people go through life wearing masks. They show one face to their friends, another to their family, yet another at work. They become so good at playing these roles that they forget who they truly are underneath. But you, my friend, you are different. You are here because you are ready to peel back those layers, to dig deep, to face the truth of who you are, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Knowing yourself is not about finding some perfect, idealized version of you. It's about understanding your strengths and your weaknesses. It's about recognizing your passions and your fears. It's about acknowledging your dreams and the obstacles that stand in your way. When you truly know yourself, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming others for your circumstances. You take full responsibility for your life, and that's when real change begins. Think about the most successful people you know. The ones who seem to have it all figured out. I will let you in on a secret. They don't have some magical ability that you lack. They have not been blessed with more talent or better opportunities. What sets them apart is their deep understanding of themselves. They know their strengths and they play to them. They know their weaknesses and they work on them or surround themselves with people who complement them. They know their values and they make decisions aligned with those values. They know their purpose and they pursue it with unwavering determination. You have that same potential within you. Right now, at this very moment, you have everything you need to become the best version of yourself. But it starts with self-knowledge. It starts with asking yourself tough questions and being honest about the answers. What are your core values? What principles guide your decisions? Are you living in alignment with those values? Or have you compromised them for the sake of fitting in or getting ahead? When you know your values, you have a compass that guides you through life's toughest decisions. You stop second guessing yourself because you know deep in your heart what's right for you. What are your strengths? What comes naturally to you? What skills or talents do you possess that others admire? Too often, we focus on our weaknesses, trying to fix everything that's wrong with us. But true growth, true success comes from leveraging your strengths. When you know your strengths, you can focus your energy on the areas where you will have the biggest impact. You will stop trying to be good at everything and start being great at what matters most. What are your passions? What activities make you lose track of time? What topics can you talk about for hours without getting bored? Your passions are clues to your purpose. When you know what truly excites you, you can align your life with those interests. You will stop dragging yourself to a job you hate and start creating a life that energizes and fulfills you. What are your fears? What holds you back from pursuing your dreams? Fear is natural, but it doesn't have to control you. When you know your fears, you can face them head on. You can develop strategies to overcome them. You can push past your comfort zone and grow in ways you never thought possible. What are your patterns? How do you react to stress, to success, to failure? We all have patterns of behavior, some helpful, some harmful. When you know your patterns, you can break the ones that don't serve you and reinforce the ones that do. You can stop repeating the same mistakes and start creating new, empowering habits. Knowing yourself is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. Every day brings new experiences, new challenges, new opportunities to learn about yourself. Embrace this journey. Be curious about yourself. Ask questions. Reflect on your experiences. Keep a journal. Meditate. Try new things. Push your boundaries. Each of these actions will give you deeper insights into who you are and who you can become. Self-knowledge is not just about looking inward. It's also about seeking feedback from others. The people around you often see things in you that you can't see yourself. They notice your strengths, your blind spots, your impact on others. Don't be afraid to ask for honest feedback. Seek out mentors who can guide you. Surround yourself with people who will tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. Their perspectives can be invaluable in your journey of self-discovery. As you get to know yourself better, you will start to notice changes in your life. You will make decisions with more confidence. You will set goals that truly matter to you, not just goals that others expect of you. You will build relationships based on authenticity, not pretense. You will find work that aligns with your strengths and passions. You will handle challenges with greater resilience because you know you have the inner resources to overcome them. But let me warn you, this journey is not always easy. There will be times when you discover things about yourself that you don't like. You will uncover limiting beliefs that have held you back. You will recognize patterns of behavior that no longer serve you. This is all part of the process. Don't run from these discoveries. Embrace them. There are opportunities for growth, for change, for becoming the person you are meant to be. Remember, you are not fixed. You are not defined by your past or by other people's expectations. You have the power to change, to grow, to evolve. But that power comes from self-knowledge. It comes from understanding who you are now and envisioning who you want to become. So how do you start this journey of self-discovery? It begins with asking questions. Start each day by asking yourself, what do I want to achieve today? How do I want to feel? How can I use my strengths? How can I live my values? At the end of each day, reflect on your experiences. What did you learn about yourself? What challenged you? What energized you? What drained you? These daily check-ins will help you tune into your inner self, to recognize patterns, to understand your needs and desires. Next, start paying attention to your thoughts and emotions. Notice what triggers certain reactions in you. Are there situations that consistently make you feel anxious, angry, excited, confident? Your emotional responses are valuable clues to your inner world. They can reveal your values, your fears, your passions. Don't judge these emotions. Simply observe them. Understand them. Learn from them. Challenge yourself to try new things. Step out of your comfort zone. When you expose yourself to new experiences, you learn things about yourself that you never knew before. You might discover hidden talents, unexpected interests, or strength you didn't know you had. Every new experience is an opportunity for self-discovery. Seek out feedback, but be selective about whose opinions you value. Look for people who have your best interests at heart, who understand your goals and values. Ask them specific questions. What do you see as my greatest strengths? Where do you think I could improve? How do you think I handle challenges? Their insights can provide valuable perspectives on your blind spots and hidden potential. Invest time in self-reflection. This could be through meditation, journaling, or simply quiet contemplation. Give yourself space to process your thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself tough questions. What am I most proud of? What do I regret? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? These moments of introspection can lead to profound insights and clarity. Remember, knowing yourself is not just about understanding who you are today. It's about envisioning who you want to become. Take time to set goals that align with your values and strengths. Create a vision for your future that excites and inspires you. Let this vision guide your decisions and actions. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery, be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight. Growth takes time. There will be setbacks and moments of doubt. But keep going. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Celebrate your insights, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing forward. The more you know yourself, the more you will trust yourself. You will stop looking for validation from others and start finding it within. You will make decisions with confidence because you know they are aligned with your true self. You will pursue your goals with passion because they're your goals, not someone else's expectations for you. Knowing yourself better than anyone else gives you an unshakable foundation. It gives you the clarity to say no to things that don't serve you and yes to opportunities that align with your purpose. It gives you the courage to be vulnerable, to show your true self to the world. It gives you the resilience to face challenges because you know your own strength. But here's the most beautiful part: when you truly know yourself, you can give more to others. You can build deeper, more authentic relationships. You can contribute your unique gifts to the world without fear or hesitation. You can inspire others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery. Make a commitment to yourself. Commit to this journey of self-discovery. Commit to peeling back the layers, to asking the tough questions, to facing the truths you find. Commit to becoming the best version of yourself, not someone else's version of you, but the truest, most authentic you. Start today, right now. Ask yourself, who am I really? What do I want from life? What am I passionate about? What am I afraid of? What are my strengths? What am I afraid of? What are my values? Don't settle for surface level answers. Dig deep. Be honest with yourself. Write down your answers. Reflect on them. Let them guide your actions. Remember, you are unique. There is no one else in this world quite like you. You have a combination of experiences, talents, passions, and perspectives that no one else has. When you truly know yourself, you can tap into this uniqueness. You can offer something to the world that no one else can. Knowing yourself is not just about self-improvement. It's about self-acceptance. It's about embracing all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the flawed. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love and respect, just as you are. But it's also about recognizing your potential for growth, your capacity for change, your ability to become even more than you are today. As you get to know yourself better, you will find that your relationships improve. You will attract people who appreciate the real you. You will have the courage to be vulnerable, to show your true self. You will set healthier boundaries because you will know what you need and what you are willing to accept. You will communicate more effectively because you will understand your own thoughts and feelings. In your career, self-knowledge is a powerful asset. When you know your strengths, you can leverage them. When you know your weaknesses, you can address them or delegate tasks that don't play to your strengths. When you know your values, you can find work that aligns with them. When you know your passions, you can pursue projects that excite you. This self-awareness makes you a more effective leader, a more valuable team member, a more successful entrepreneur. But perhaps the most important benefit of knowing yourself is the inner peace it brings. When you are living in alignment with your true self, you feel a sense of harmony. The constant internal conflicts diminish. The need for external validation decreases. You feel more content, more fulfilled, more at peace with who you are and where you are going. This journey of self-discovery is lifelong. You will never reach a point where you know everything about yourself. People change, circumstances change, and you will continue to evolve. But with each insight, with each moment of self-awareness, you become more empowered. You become more intentional in your choices. You become more authentic in your interactions. You become more you. So embrace this journey. Embrace the questions, the uncertainties, the discoveries. Embrace the growth, the changes, the transformations. Embrace yourself, all of yourself. Because when you know yourself better than anyone else, you have the power to create a life that truly reflects who you are and who you want to be. Remember, you are the author of your own story. You are the creator of your own life. But to write that story, to create that life, you need to know the protagonist intimately. You need to know yourself. So start today. Start now. Ask those tough questions. Seek those deep insights. Embrace that journey of self-discovery. You have within you everything you need to become the person you are meant to be. You have the strength, the wisdom, the resilience. You have the power to shape your life, to pursue your dreams, to make a difference in this world. But it all starts with knowing yourself. So I challenge you, no, I dare you to commit to this journey. To dedicate yourself to self-discovery. To pursue self-knowledge with the same passion and determination you bring to your other goals. Because when you know yourself better than anyone else, you unlock the door to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and authentic success. Your journey starts now. Your story is waiting to be written. Your potential is waiting to be unleashed. And it all begins with you, the real you, the authentic you, the you that's waiting to be discovered. So go forth, explore, question, learn, grow. Get to know yourself better than anyone else. And watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. Nurture it. Invest in it. Prioritize it. Because when you truly know and accept yourself, you become unstoppable. You become free to be who you truly are, to pursue what truly matters to you, to create a life that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. So take that first step. Ask that first question. Make that first commitment to self-discovery. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and your journey to knowing yourself better than anyone else starts right here, right now. Embrace it. Own it. Live it. Because when you know yourself, truly know yourself, you hold the key to unlocking your full potential and creating a life beyond your wildest dreams. The power is within you. The knowledge is within you. The potential is within you. All you need to do is look inward, ask the tough questions, and be willing to listen to the answers. Your true self is waiting to be discovered. Your best life is waiting to be lived. And it all starts with knowing yourself better than anyone else. So go forth, my friend. Discover yourself. Embrace yourself. Become the best version of yourself. The world is waiting for the unique gift that only you can offer. And it all begins with knowing who you truly are.